here, not a Bit of Truth podcast Sunday. How you doing, everybody? Now we go get into the Titanic. We go break it down and show you some things, and then we're gonna talk about the submerge. Yes, it's very important for you to understand this. You know, a lot of people believe in the submerge and all this dumb shit that they give you in today's news. But what you have to understand, the Titanic itself is a hoax. We're gonna get into it and break it down and let the masses know, because when they bring a hoax this big, yes, you can't do one video on it and expect the people to understand. So yes, this podcast gonna dedicate it to this Titanic right here. We're gonna break it all the way down and show you that the world is just a stage. Just make it run.
New exclusive photographs, by far the best yet, are in from the Titanic.
Listen.
For most of this century, that huge passenger liner has been a dead ship, resting in an ocean grave that, until these past few days, no one had seen. Now, scientists have even seen the iceberg damage that doomed the Titanic.
So listen right here, people. This take you back in time when they supposedly first spot this Titanic boat right there after it sink. So pay attention to this right here. Watch.
Terry Drinkwater begins our coverage with the new underwater photographs. Until this photograph, for 73 years, what happened when the Titanic...
And of course, they have to do it 73 years after for the coding, 73. You have to understand, that's how they do it, people. You have to understand, this is a worldwide hoax. Pay attention.
Ship bottom had been a mystery. Here, her bow, as it looks today. The railing around it, along which millionaires strolled on its maiden voyage, is...
Understand this, people. That's why they show you that railing. The same one that they show you with the supposedly famous actor. Show you where they're standing right there with the railing. That's what they show you under the water and tell you, yes, that's the Titanic. You have to understand this, people. It's not real. That's just the famous part of the boat that the mass is going to understand that, yes, it is the Titanic. That's where Leonardo DiCaprio was standing in the damn fake shit they give you for a movie. You understand? Don't base off real shit. It's fake from the jump. Pay attention again.
Still intact, but below there is a giant bulge where the double steel hull, considered impregnable by its designers, buckled and broke when the ship plunged into the total darkness of a deep ocean canyon.
Listen, people, and first of all, with this supposed pressure under that water, the same one they tell you that destroyed the Titan. You have to understand why it didn't destroy this boat, people. Why it just sitting there where they tell you it's the resting place right there, graveyard style. Why it didn't just crush people? Why it just sitting there peacefully under the water where it got all this pressure? You believe it? Okay, let's finish watching.
This research ship, 2.5 miles above the liner, the expedition's director, Robert Ballard, described the images historians have waited nearly 3/4 of a century to see.
The bow sort of took all the beatings, and all the damage that was done to the bow was in the under part of the bow where the iceberg hit it. The length that we're looking at is a good 30 to 50 feet.
The remote controlled...
It shows you nothing, people. Remember, this that they show you right here, that's not a boat on the water. You have to understand what they're showing you right here. Just suppose it be computer image. They can't show you no boat. It's fakery. You understand that? All those photos that they show you, can you recognize a boat? You better wake your ass up. As far as I know, that's just a damn little fish tank they're playing with a camera. That's what you need to understand. They can't show you under the water that far. You better wake up. How they get there with cameras and get to record with this type of pressure under there, 2.5 miles down.
That sub, with its cameras aboard, then moved from the side of the Titanic up to directly above the ship. And no pictures.
And of course, people, the boat sit right on the bottom. Listen what I'm saying, people. The boat never flip. It never showed the boat on the side. You understand the supposed Titanic that they found? You better wake your ass up. It's sitting on the bottom. On the bottom of the... You know a boat setup? The boat sits straight up under the bottom of the water with all that pressure. I remember they told you that the boat broke and sink down in the water, and it's still sitting at the bottom of the boat. The boat sit down like it's properly fixed there. It's garbage.
Down. You're seeing the very tip of the Titanic's bow, and a little mast that's coming up towards you is the mast where they put a little flag.
The camera then pointed to the bridge towards the captain's window, where the...
How can you send a camera that deep, people? What the pressure gonna do to that camera? What the camera is attached to? It's garbage.
Full order to abandon ship was given, and the boilers, each the size of a two-car garage, by the side of the wreck. Ballard is now sure what happened when the Titanic hit bottom.
No doubt about the boilers roared through the bow.
So can you imagine back then they come and show you this? The dumb people just believe that they see something. I ain't see nothing yet, people. So imagine 75 years after the Titanic gone missing or crashed, these people bring this to the news, people. Where it's at? What did they show you? Absolutely nothing. And people back then really believed that they saw the Titanic. Wow. I told you, man, they can convince you what you're going to see. And even if they show you nothing, you still think you see.
Vertical and the boilers broke loose, took out everything in their way.
Because men cannot dive and work long at such depths, the camera subs must be...
They can't dive there, period. That's what you need to know. No man can dive 2 miles and change down, people, in the water, in the ocean. It can't happen. You better wake your ass up. What gonna happen to them with that pressure? You're talking about they can't do it for a long time. They can't do it, period.
And piloting them through the wreck is Chansey. Technicians on the surface aboard the research ship nearly lost a sub when it hit a rigging around one of the Titanic's 4 towering smokestacks.
Wow.
It was trying to locate the huge...
Towering smokestack. This is what they give you for a big old cruise ship back there, and they tell you that can't sink. They tell you it's unsinkable. And then this supposedly happened, an iceberg take it down. Like I tell you, iceberg is a hoax. You can't get ice growing in the middle of the ocean, people. You got to understand that there's no point in one side, one part of the water, just one part of the water, have that much cold effect to make an iceberg floating in the water to hit this big old ship right here and take it down. You believe it? It's a hoax from the
section of the liner. And as Ballard told us tonight, so far, this part of the mission has failed.
We're still searching for the stern. We can't find it.
You believe
It
them,
does
people?
appear to be disconnected.
The search for the rest of the Titanic can continue only until week's end, when the research ship leaves for home port, ahead of the North Atlantic winter storms. Terry Drinkwater, CBS News, St. John's, Newfoundland.
The Titanic, grand, powerful, confident, and soon to be 2.5 miles under the sea. But it has floated in the world's imagination for 73 years.
You get that, people? It floats in your imagination. You don't get it. That boat never exists. Just remember, now people's got a lot of theories to these things right here, to this supposed Titanic. But you have to understand, the real theory is it never happened. You better understand, this boat never exists. It never basically go to sea and lost or crash. Just a hoax they give the masses. And can you believe that they're still talking about it today? Wow, can you imagine? That's a big old masterpiece of the government fakery.
The Titanic was the first liner and the last liner anyone ever called unsinkable.
Yeah, that's why would they call it unsinkable, people? You make a boat, gonna put it in the water. Why would you call it unsinkable? Does that make sense, people? Why would you call a boat unsinkable? Unbelievable. That's the reason why they give you this hoax with an unsinkable boat sinking the bottom of the water. What a dumb shit.
Everyone on board wasn't so sure. There were exceptions.
You see, my mother refused to go to bed in that ship because she had this premonition, solely based on the fact that she said that to declare a vessel unsinkable was flying in the face of God.
If the Titanic were around today, it would be doing package tours to the Caribbean. The world that went down that starry night featured a jet set that sailed the seas, gentlemen who dressed for dinner, and offered women and children their places in the lifeboats. Imagine.
In a way, it was a premonition of the First World War. It was a sign that an era was coming to an end, and it made people aware of the consequences of excessive confidence.
The Titanic taught us civilization.
That's part of the world stage, people. Just like they give you the pandemic, and then they tell you, yes, you can move around now, and then they give you a lot of disaster behind it. You have to understand that that's how it is. The world never changed, people, from what they used to do from day one. They still do it. The manipulation continues. The damn people.
That is a dangerous world we live in, that there are icebergs.
It's right there, people. But dangerous world we live in. An iceberg. What a dumb shit, people. The body of water is actually warm. They can't fool me because I got common sense. You better remember that. There's no way you can go an iceberg in the middle of the water. And if they're going to tell you that break off from some ice glacier and then float all the way in the water to go in deep sea and get to hit a boat, that's bullshit. Wake your ass up. Like I said, the body of water is warm if you have a piece of ice break off from some place where they got ice which is nowhere near there. And the ice going to float all the way into that supposedly part of the ocean to crash this boat right here, people. You believe it? And a big old iceberg there, but they could never see it until they actually hit it when it's too late. You believe it, people? And it takes down the boat, and the boat is sitting peaceful under the bottom of the water, 2.5 miles down. What a dumb shit.
Lurking in the night. It brought many fears to the surface. But what about the Titanic itself?
1,500 souls down there.
1,500 right on the money for your number 6. 1,500 souls under the water, just sitting there. Do you get it, people? You believe that? First of all, let me tell you something about bodies. It can't stay under the water. When somebody died, their body actually released some gas. Remember that? Okay, when the body released that gas, it's coming back to the surface. Do you understand that? You can't just have a sinking body. That's bullshit. 100% bullshit. What happened to all those people that supposedly died? They're gonna float back to the top of the water. Don't give me no bullshit right here. Like I say, I only use common sense to break down these trash.
Look at it. Dream about it, but don't touch it.
See that?
The Titanic was the ship that sailed blithely off into the night and was never seen again until this week.
What a dumb
Bob
shit.
Simon, CBS News, New York.
American scientists who led the team that found the Titanic today released the cream of the crop of thousands of
You hear that, people? It's scientists, people. Remember what scientists is? Scientists run experiment, and then you see the result. That's science. So what scientists doing on a boat are supposed to be looking for the supposedly lost boat, lost Titanic. What that got to do with scientists? You don't get it. It's fake shit.
Water photographs, among them haunting and poignant reminders of life on the great liner as it crossed the ice-cold Atlantic for the first and last time.
Ice cold
Terry Drinkwater
Atlantic. Dumb
reports.
shit. And drink water.
The most detailed secrets yet of the doomed luxury liner were revealed in a series of photographs released today in Washington.
People, this is photograph under the water. Them sight the supposedly Titanic boat. You believe it, people? It's a hoax. If you don't have any brain, let me tell you this. This is a hoax. This never happened. Worldwide government hoax. And to show you that it is one of the biggest hoax they ever give you, it never stops. It continues with the supposedly missing Titan. It's a reason why they call it Titan and the damn Titanic. You gotta understand.
Robert Ballard, who discovered the Titanic.
Permit on the hat right there. How did you discover the supposedly boat in the water 2.5 miles down? How did you just discover it? It's not like it's easy to get there.
Said he almost lost his robot sub, the Argo, just after it took this picture.
What's it called?
Robot sub, the Argo.
Argo. Wow, I told you all of them name of Greek devil. 100% in.
After it took this picture of the front smokestack, which had collapsed.
What
The sub
a lie.
was heading aft towards the second upright stack.
Scared the dickens out of me when we bounced Argo off that stack. Stack didn't do a thing, a little paint came off. We do have some Titanic paint on Argo.
The video camera
They have some Titanic paint and Argo. Yes, the damn shit that they send down, they have some paint on it off the Titanic. And that's what they tell you for you to believe that they actually go there and find the fucking fake boat that they tell you ledge up in the water.
focus down onto the bridge from above.
There's the bridge, right here.
There's the awning. I'm really getting close.
What
You see the heaving action. This was very scary as the vehicle comes up and down with the roll of the ship.
In the center here, windows of the luxury smoking salon ripped from the hull, and the crane arm, which held one of the Titanic's lifeboats. There were only a third of the number of lifeboats needed. Some men in life jackets jumped over these railings of the ship to survive only briefly in the freezing Atlantic. The ship is now 2.5 miles.
Oh, the Atlantic Sea is so freezing. They die in there. They have on life vests. They didn't drown. It was just too cold, so they die. You believe it, people? Wow. So you telling me that, people, if you pass into the Atlantic water right now in a boat, it's frozen water? You better wake your ass up. It is trash. 100% garbage. They're not telling you no truth when it comes to the shit that they give you for entertainment, because that's all it is.
Very little marine life, but here's a small fish, maybe 3 feet long.
Yes, of
swimming
course,
quietly.
3 feet long. Take a look at the fish that they're showing you. That's a fish? This right there they show you. Is that a fish? You better wake up. Like I say, back then they used this to fool the people. If they can fool them today, think about what can they do to them back then. Real easy to tell them lies.
The bow.
Many in the crew were asleep below in the bow when the ship hit the iceberg.
What a dumb shit.
But above in the grand salons, the formal galas were still in progress, the most elegant here. The roof apparently imploded when the Titanic hit bottom. Before the ship set sail, this is the way the room looked. And now, scattered on the ocean floor amid chunks of the Titanic's coal, a silver tray from the private dining room used by the millionaires.
You hear that, people? These are the... I don't understand. Why did you believe it, people? I hate to do these videos with people who don't have no IQ, man. Are you dumb? So of all the supposed things that's on the boat, there's part of a silver plate. Yes, because it's rich people on there. And it's dumb, people. It's 100% dumb. Like I tell you, nothing real about the Titanic. It's just as real as the damn movie. You understand that? It is fakery. And by the way, they did make a movie before that. Don't be thinking that the one you see with Leonardo DiCaprio was the first movie they make of the Titanic. As a matter of fact, 1 month after the wreck, they did the movie. I'm not lying, people. Maybe about 2 to 3 months after. 2 to 3 months after this supposed Titanic wreck, they did have a movie about it. And guess what, people? Somebody that was actually survived, the Titanic and get saved, was the star of that movie. Was in the movie in the same supposed dress that they supposed rescue her in. She show up in the movie and everything. Did you believe it, people? I don't get it, man. So a boat lost at sea and in 2 to 3 months you make a movie about it already? You better wake your ass up. The whole thing is a hoax. Just like they tell you now, they see a silver pan right there under the bottom of the water. The
Rasters and the Guggenheims and the rest. Nearby, bottles and bottles of wine, French Bordeaux and Spanish port.
How did these wine make it to the bottom of the ocean with that pressure, man? You can't go there in a Titan, make out of titanium and carbon fiber because it crush it and kill everybody. It implode. And a fucking bottle of wine still sitting there. I'm done, people. You better wake your ass up. The whole thing is a hoax. Like I say, they will say anything out their mouth to convince you that this is real. And by doing that, they're actually telling the smart people that it is 100% hoax. Like I say, only facts I deal with, common sense. So these bottle of wine sitting on the surface of the water with all that pressure. Somebody need to tell me if they still believe in the Titanic boat after I hit them with a bam.
Where they have been for 73 years. 73 These shoes were also on the Titanic.
And there you go again. Just like I tell you with the oily cast is a hoax, people. This is how they do it. They're gonna bring things to pull on your heartstring. It's not real. They give you the September 11 bullshit. They can tell you they find somebody's shoe. This is how they do it, people, to pull on your heartstring. Yes, the water done disintegrate the body and leave the shoe right there. Leather shoe. The bones and everything is disintegrated by water, and the shoe is still there intact, brand new like. I'm done.
That night. They belong to Louise Pope.
And of course they can know who the shoes belong to. They can tell you exactly who owned those shoes. And you still believe that it's a real event. You don't get it. It's a fucking fake shit.
Them four, and on her way to America with her mother and father.
Unbelievable.
Today, she looked at the photographs and remembered back.
Of course they do.
We were in bed already when we struck the iceberg. So
People dead already when they struck the iceberg. Anybody that tell you they was in there, from back then when you watch it, remember I did videos and break them down. The crisis actors that tell you they on there. Nothing real about it. You better understand that. None of these hoax came past the mag. Pay attention again.
we were in bed already when we struck the iceberg. So, of course, she put the shoes on and wrapped me in a blanket and up we went.
Wow, in the water, and you know that you're gonna go in water, and you grab shoe. The boat is sinking and you need shoes. Wow, oh, you know you're gonna touch ground again. You're sinking in the middle of nowhere, all water around, and you worry about a shoe, so you can identify it later to pull on the mast's heartstring.
Second last rowboat, there was one more after we got on.
Wow.
Ballard concluded today that many more could have been saved if another ship, the Californian, which was as close as 5 miles away, had come to the rescue.
And what happened? Why they didn't?
Have died, as they'd only responded to those distress flares.
What a dumb shit for the masses. Like I say, from back then they're giving you these stories of the Titanic, pulling on your heartstring, and now they finally tell you somebody, 5 people trying to get there in a Titan supposedly, and never make it back onto the surface. Move.
The Titanic looms out of the darkness.
You're getting this from Ocean Gate right there. The supposedly exploration of this supposedly Titanic right there. And guess what, people? They can't show you no footage of this shit from afar. Why? Why you have to be that close up?
Called rusticles.
Please tell me, people, why gotta be this close up to the boat? Remember, you're coming from 2.5 miles up. You didn't get no footage when you're coming down to the supposedly wreckage. Only when you get close you can get these footage. It's bullshit. Why not take it from a distance so you can see the whole boat, where it's sitting, how it's sit and everything? No. Only thing they're gonna do is zoom it up like they do in a fish tank, and to try to convince you that it's a ocean. Come on.
An iron-eating bacteria attached to steel.
Iron-eating bacteria? You better wake up. That salt will destroy that boat, period. It can't be on a day that long. You understand? But you're finding shoes. What they're made out of. You better wake your ass up. If you're living near the sea, people, you don't have to put the car in there or your house or anything that made out of iron and them things. It will rusty and rotten. You better understand the salt air coming from that sea will rotten everything close. You better remember, you're gonna notice your car is more rustier even though you're not driving it in the damn water. Why? Because it's salt. That's what it do. It deteriorates shit, rotten it, tear it all the way down. There is no way you can find this shit right here after hundreds of years. It's bullshit. Wake your ass up. And of course they're showing you that popular railing right there. Once you see that, cause you're dumb, you watched the movie already and it got you. So of course you're gonna look at this and say, yeah, I remember this. This where Leonardo DiCaprio was standing in the damn fake shit they give you for entertainment. Take a look. What a dumb shit. You gotta be kidding me. Yes, and make films. There you go, people. Take a look at this right here, like I don't tell you. Famous part of the boat right there in the movie. So that's why they tell you, yes, we find the boat, and then show you this close-up shot. Okay, tell me where the iceberg hit the boat. Where is the iceberg hit? Did it hit the front? Or hit the back? It hit the side? If you're gonna crash into an iceberg, that means you hit it dead on, straight forward, and you still have this piece left. Why this piece never damaged from the big old iceberg that you run into? It is a hoax. Like I say, hoax they make up for the dumb people with no brain. Look at this shit right I already told you. What is that right here, people? What is that? Wow.
Those ones are coming out of the center hose pipe, but the center anchor chain would have come through.
Listen. You see, when you're close to things, people, when you're too close to something with a camera, people might not get to identify what it is, people. So you're smart, you have to back off so we can see that it is about where it sit, how it sit, and everything. But they can't. They only can show you these zoomed up, supposedly footage of the Titanic. What that tell you? It's not there. It's a fake shit for the dumb masses. And now you're gonna tell people to, you're gonna take down Titans to supposedly visit it and get people to see it, and then bam, they're gone missing. Because this is fake and the public can't prove it. The public can't go 2.5 miles down in the water so they can run any psyop on you right there. Remember.
We're now approaching the forward railings of the very prow of the Titanic.
Look at this shit right here, people.
And we can see more rusticles.
Wow, people. You can see rusticle. Look at this right here. They show you rust dripping. Now look at the railing right there in the middle. This two line that you see right there. Why they don't rust? I'm telling you, just common sense. And it will set you free when you use your common sense. It lead you to the truth, and the truth will set you free. Now, did the truth set you free of this madness that they're giving you? This show that they're putting on, does the truth set you free yet from it? Because if not, you're trapped into this deception 100% with this Titanic.
All those railings and a small little bamboo coral.
A bamboo, and it's still there, people. Bamboo. I'm done.
Inching forward.
Done. Bullshit. All bullshit. And take a look, people. This what that clear the smoke up is still there. Remember, it's hollow. Why it didn't cave in, people, with the pressure? Why the boat is still intact, people? Why? How the boat will stay intact? I guess the same way the bottle stay unbroken with that kind of pressure sitting on it. The whole ocean, 2.5 miles down. Okay, people, they got busted. Like I say, any one of these big hoax they bring, and never stop. I want the masses to get it clearly to their head. Not only the Titan is a hoax, the Titanic is a 100% hoax from day one. Nothing real about it. Nothing.
Just above it you can see the crane.
There you go.
Lifted that out.
The crane. Wow. But there you go.
He's just taking his toll on the shipwreck.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one thing. Go, hold on, people. I got them again. I bust them again. Oh, they got busted again by the bitter truth. Watch this, people. Take a look at current under the water. Remember, people, this depth of the water have no current. You have to remember, we're talking about under the bottom of the water, people. 2.5 miles down. Now chip in your common sense real fast. Kick it in. Tell me that you have current with all these shit moving and floating around down there. That's current, people. Why would current be that much depth 2.5 miles down with that much pressure there? Why you see bubbles, people? What is this happening? That's current. What? Wow. This is unbelievable, people. That deep, and believe it or not, that deep in the water is pitch dark. 100% pitch dark. Remember, where the water would I get the light from? The sky. You remember that? The sky with the sun and everything. So, when you go a certain amount of feet down, it becomes darkness. The sun don't shine down there, people. The sun don't shine 2.5 miles down in the water. That means pitch darkness. What is this they're showing you? Okay, let's watch. That's current, people. They go the shit moving to one direction. That's current that you can't have 2.5 miles down in deep waters. It can't happen. So pay attention again. Where is these things moving to? Where is these flares are looking light or whatever moving to? Right there. Why is it moving? No current under the water. Pay attention.
Coming into view as we travel along the port or left side, we can see one of the anchor chains.
Wow. Unbelievable, people.
In the distance, on the right-hand side, submarine bollards. And a very large bronze capstan comes into view.
Wow. Once they go this far to show you fakery, to convince you that it's real, the only thing they're gonna do is expose themselves to the people with brain and can think a little bit better.
Still glistening and shining after 111 years.
Yes, it's still glistening and shining after 111 years. And guess what, people? It's on the salt water. Huh? Wow, you don't get it, people. The water is so salty, you can extract salt from it. If you take some of this water right here, throw it on the ground and leave it in the sun for a while, it becomes salt. That's how salty the water is. And you find something still shining under there after 111 years for your number 3?
On the seabed. The anchor chains are now moving there towards the windlasses where they would have pulled them back down into the chain locker at the bottom of the ship.
Look at this right here, people. Now, with this depth right here again, what is this? What kind of vessel they in, people? What kind of vessel they in? With a glass that cleared so you can see outside with a camera. Remember, the pressure is down there. It's dangerous, people. You can't really go there with no glass. You can't travel in nothing with glass. No way a camera can go this depth right here, people. With them seeing this big old view. What kind of glass they have looking to this deep in the water, people. And give you this clear vision, this clear view of the supposed Titanic underwater. How could they do that, people? It's impossible. Fake.
Comes into view.
Wow.
And on top of that is a memorial plaque.
Yeah, that's a memorial plaque.
That was left on a previous expedition in the past.
Yeah, that, people. So some people die that try to explore this boat right here again. They tell you that people die trying to explore it. And they're trying that again in 2023. Listen.
Over on the left-hand side, we can see the entrance into hold number 1. This whole deck area is known as the forecastle deck. What looks like a wall there in the background is actually a breakwater or a wave break, as it's described. This would have deflected large waves that were breaking over the bow of the ship and deflect them away to the sides.
What a dumb shit, people. Wow. What is these things that they're showing you right here, people? What is these supposed to be? With something sitting on there right there, it's still there? Unbelievable.
Now we have a closer view of that memorial plaque on the capstan. We're now making our way, passing number 1 hold. And just behind number 1 hold are the steam winches that would have been used to lift items and objects out of the holds.
So take a look at this right here, people. This is what they give you for the exploration of the damn Titanic. Take a look at this right here, people. In the depths of the water, they go there and they video this shit right here, and to give you plain as day, to to show you the Titanic wreckage right there. Take a look at it, people. Did you see nothing that you would have recognized and about yet? It's 100% fake real. Like I said, this is a reason why you have to go this close. Take a look at this right there. Pay attention.
Just there on the left-hand side, you can see a bent, shiny bar. That bar, we believe, is the remains of the linkage that brought the steering wheel connection to the forward steering wheel in the bridge. This great shot gives us a whole panoramic view of that area.
Take a look, people, because like I say, still don't see nothing that would have shown me a boat under the water. And there's no way they could have any kind of camera system that can go this deep and record this shit right here. What is they seeing it to, people? A glass, perplex, and it's this clear that you can see the damn supposedly wreckage this clear? Take a look, people. What did they use to go this deep in the water and come back up? What did they use? Since it's supposedly Titan already got, crushed from trying this shit right here, and they do this back in the days. Again,
you can see right down there 2 hanging chandeliers.
You hear that, people? Even chandeliers stay intact. You hear that? With all that pressure, people, the chandeliers stay intact. All this shit to prove that it is the Titanic, and everything they give you on it is on there. Listen.
Again, rising up here, we can see the remains of more ventilation chunks.
They got nothing for the masses. Take a look at this, and then you can understand there's nothing real about it. So with all the shit they're showing you, take a look, people, and see what remind you of the Titanic supposedly boat that wrecked.
Reminding us of the great tragedy that occurred. Now we are approaching on the starboard or the right-hand side of the ship, looking at the cabin room windows on the beach.
Do you notice how long they're there, people? They're there all this time, moving around the ship in that depth of the water, people. They're so comfortable just recording it. What a dumb shit move. Look at this right here, people.
You won't find bodies at Titanic. You won't find skeletons. The bones actually dissolve into solution very rapidly at that
You
depth.
hear that, people? The bones dissolve into solution very rapidly. They know that the salt water supposed to dissolve those bones and everything, people. But you can find everything else. Pay attention.
What anybody who's explored the wreck finds is pairs of shoes.
You see that? How can you do that, people? How can you find pair of shoes, people, that you tell the people that a body was in it? Somebody was wearing the shoe. The person disintegrate, and the shoe still sitting right there in the sand. You believe it, people? Can you believe that? What the salt water gonna do to these leather shoes, people? Wow, after all these years, that is there enough to melt the body, it's there long enough to dissolve the body, and the shoe still right there. You believe it? This is to pull on your heartstring. They know how to get to you. That's why the masses believe in this shit so strong, because of these details that they tell them. All bullshit.
It takes years for a skeleton to vanish, but the shoes...
And look at his hat, people. Take a look at his hat. He got the star on there, right there. This is what represent the ocean gates. Pay attention here.
Treated with tannic acid.
Tannic acid.
They won't eat them. So all around
Back.
to vanish. But the shoes, treated with tannic acid.
Treated with tannic
They won't eat them. So all around the Titanic are the shoes.
Eat 'em. Take a look at this right there, people. A diamond with a cross on it. Yes, it's sitting out at the bottom of the surface. And look at the surface, people. Can you believe the water that deep and this is the surface? That's what the surface look like in the sea, people. Where is the fucking sand? Trying to tell you, man, why you think the BAM is on. Can't fool me with nothing. Where is the sand? Is that sand right there on the bottom? Take a look at what they show you for the ocean bottom, people. What is that? Mud? You gotta be kidding me. Where is the sand, people? Okay, so this deep in the water, though, I have no sand. Okay, I got you. This deep in the water carry muck and mud, shoes and all of these debris. But it don't carry sand, right? Okay, I got you. I got you now. Where's the sand, people?
There's a scene where we were filming.
It's a scene. It's a scene, people, when they was filming. Listen.
And we came across a pair of women's shoes next to a pair of girls' shoes. These were people.
Don't worry about it, people. They're exactly the spot where the people was wearing them disintegrate. Do you understand? Yes, they can tell you about an adult and a baby was close by. Both of them shoes was same spot right there. Listen again.
Those were people. Those shoes got to the bottom. Doubled up on people. They were in their cabin.
You see?
Yeah.
They know.
Because the cabin was all around the destruction of it, and there was a hand mirror. This is the human element. This is what people touched. It's what they lived.
This is why they touch you with it, people. This is how they get to touch you with it, with these details. And that's the reason why they make the movie. Nobody dumb. In order for the story to touch you in the right way, they have to make a movie with that fucking music in it and everything to pull on your heartstring for you to buy in. You can't escape this psyop because they come in full force with it. That's what you need to understand. So the movie will get your heart and your emotion involved in it. And of course you're gonna believe it. So when they come and tell you a Titan gone missing with 5 billion years, of course you're gonna take that story and run, have it consume your whole mind.
Amazing.
What a dumb shit for the masses. Like I said, they're not exploring shit. You better understand that they're not exploring nothing. They just want to convince the masses of something that not even real. Didn't happen. Move. Look at this right here, people.
Rare images of the Titanic.
Yes, people, the Titanic still sitting down there peacefully. Meaning it's sitting on the bottom, people. At the bottom of the boat it got a bottom and a top. It didn't fall on the top. It didn't fall on the side. It fall on the bottom and sit right up. And take a look, like I said, these things did never crush under pressure. Come on, people, this is bullshit.
At peace on the ocean floor were released this week. Some of the footage shot during the 1986 expedition to the world's most famous shipwreck has never been seen before by the public.
Yes, and of course they went there, recorded, and keep it a secret, and now they're bringing it to the masses. Can you believe it, people? This is Hollywood, the same way they give you the moon landing and every other fake shit that control your life. Again.
The expedition's leader, Robert Ballard, described what he saw.
And then we came in on...
Take a look at him again, people. He got this cross on him right there, the sign, the cross with the damn star. That's what they use right there for their coding. Pay attention to this trickery right here and the dumb mask.
The starboard side of beam of the bridge. And the first thing I saw coming out of the gloom at 30 feet was this wall. This giant wall of riveted steel. It rose over 100 and some feet above us. I never looked down at the Titanic. I looked up at the Titanic.
Bam! That's a bam. So you're coming from out of the ocean, which is up. Right? And then while you coming down, you never get a chance to see the Titanic from upwards, where you're coming from. You got to go all the way and you stand up on the floor of the dam. You have to go to the floor of the ocean and then look up on the Titanic. Is that real, people? He coming from up from day one. Never take a look at the Titanic from up, but he go all the way down to the ocean floor so he can look at the Titanic from down upwards. You believe it? Again. All right.
Some feet above us. I never looked down at the Titanic. I looked up at the Titanic.
Wow,
nothing was small. Wow. And as we rose up,
nothing was small. And take a look at the supposedly fish that they're showing you. And remember, I did a video on the supposedly Mariana Trench, and they show you some animated fish. Just to make you understand that, hey, even though they look animated, they're real, because it's a depth of the ocean that you can't understand some weird creature there. What a dumb shit. Listen, watch this.
As we rose up inside, because we had to abort the dive at that point because we were taking water into our batteries.
They was taking in water into their battery. Remember, people, it's hard to go this far down in the water. They're taking in water into the battery. What a dumb shit for the masses.
As we rose up after that first dive that lasted just minutes, we began to see the portholes, and it was like people looking back at us. It was pretty haunting.
There you go, people. It was like people looking back at them from the ship, people. Because remember, they tell you 1,500 people for your number 6 is still there. Listen.
It took researchers decades to find the doomed ocean liner. The research expedition's engineer explained why...
Look, people, look what they're showing you, just like space. And believe it or not, this fake shit is tied to fake space. Remember, space is fake. And one of the guys that tell you that they went to space is also in the Blue Origin. That went to space in the Blue Origin, also in the Titanic, supposedly submerged, the Titan. You understand that? So what's going on with space tied to this fake shit? Take a look at how they travel. Same way they show you space. You don't get it or what, people? It's fake.
It was such a challenge.
Titanic lies in a part of the ocean that you would describe as an abyssal plain. It's over 13,000 feet deep in the ocean. The water is near freezing temperatures.
Why is the water in the deep ocean freezing? It's bullshit. Like I say, people, the water is not frozen. The sea is a warm body of water. Not saying some part of it can be cold, but not that cold. Just like they tell you iceberg farm there. And if you put a bucket of water in a refrigerator, it will never grow a berg. You will see ice sheet grow on the top until it get freezing enough to go all the way to the bottom and freeze the whole thing. But you will never see a berg grow in the middle of water. It is a hoax in the hoping. How the fuck you gonna get that to happen? It is a hoax. Now you're talking about freezing temperature. But it's not freezing at the top of the surface, it's under the bottom. What would make under the water freeze or cold? Why? Why would the water under the bottom colder than the one on top? Okay, it's bullshit.
And probably the biggest challenge is the remoteness of the location.
Of course.
In particular, the harsh environment with regard to the pressure.
Regard to the pressure, that's why they can fool you with anything there, because you can't prove it. You can't go there and prove these things, people. With that depth of the water, they say they got problem going there. You think you can make it there?
Our equipment is exposed to. So every square inch or centimeter is being pressed into a smaller space by the crushing pressures of the ocean.
So how did y'all get those footage? How did y'all get to visit this site so many times, people? How would they do that? Hoax on.
And what the expedition's cameras captured wasn't just rusting metal. It was a graveyard. When the Titanic sank on her maiden voyage in 1912, some 1,500 people perished in the disaster.
You were physically seeing their remains, which were eaten away and the bones dissolved.
So you hear that, people? He said you was physically looking at the remains. You hear that? So he saw them. Listen, go back.
You were physically seeing their remains, which were eaten away and the bones dissolved, but sitting there were pairs of shoes.
What a dumb shit. Eaten away. The body eaten away and the shoes stay right there in place, left and right.
So after the Titanic sank, those that went into the water that didn't have life jackets died of hypothermia, and their bodies came raining down. So
the body come raining down, people, in this pressure of water. the body come raining down. Do you believe that, people? Wow, unbelievable dumb
like
shit.
tombstones all over the ocean floor. A mother's shoes with her baby shoes.
You see that was found
There's
exactly
very
beside each
powerful
other.
imagery to see where these people came to rest. And again, reinforcing that you were at a very sacred site where so many people died.
Yes, they're running a sacred site where so many people die. You believe it? Move. Now watch this right here, people, as they show you this satanic shit right here and tell you it's underwater. It's not real, people. Remember this shit. Like I tell you, no camera can go this depth and record this shit. It's fakery. 100%. And what the camera attached to, what kind of device holding the camera and going around this boat. It's fake shit. And pay attention and expose them right here with this Titan.
The submersible Titan, which is a carbon fiber and titanium sub that can go to the depths of the Titanic.
You hear that? Pay attention here, people. Watch this.
Hi, my name is Stockton Rush. I'm the CEO and founder of OceanGate. Let's take
a look, people. He's the supposed finder and the CEO of OceanGate. And once you hear the OceanGate, you know already it's 100% government fakery they got for the masses. You understand anything gates on it? Government fakery. Now take a look at this character right here. He gonna supposedly show you the submerge. Let's take a look at it, people. Watch.
Look at Titan.
Titan, he call it. Look.
So we're coming into the sub. This is the only toilet available on the deep diving submersible.
Yes, people. Remember, the same thing I show you with space, with them supposedly. We call them out. How did you have that space center and you just live in it with no toilet or nothing? And they say, yeah, we got the toilet. All of a sudden, they start showing exhibition, showing you what the toilet is and how they use it. Take a look. The submerge of a toilet right here. He says the best seat in the house. And they're not even showing that on camera. They're basically not showing you. Take a look at it
I'm
right
the
here.
CEO and founder of OceanGate. Let's take a look at Titan.
St. John's. Watch this.
So we're
You go to the toilet as soon as you pop in. What does it connect to, people? Take a look. It show you a hose go right there. You believe it? Like I say, it's nothing real here. The same way they fool you about they go to space, they're fooling you with this Titan right here. Gonna take you to the Titanic. It's a hoax. Wake your ass up. And this gonna prove it. Put a nail in the damn
into
coffin.
the sub. This is the only toilet available on a deep diving submersible. Best seat
When he open it, he hide it. The camera don't show it, people. Why not? Move. It's
in the house.
bullshit.
You can look out the viewport.
Yes.
We put a privacy screen in, turn up the
Privacy
music,
screen.
and it's very popular.
Very
We have
popular.
our control screen here,
Watch this.
our sonar screen here, and we can put any image we want in the back.
Bam. Did he just say that, people? Okay, go back. Wow, this is getting funnier and funnier, people. Now take a look at what they're traveling, people. Where is the seat? The best seat in the house. They got one seat and it's a toilet. The one seat in there is a toilet, people. Now take a look at this right here, people. Watch this.
We have our control screen here.
Control screen. Take a look at this right here, people. How did they monitor or supposedly manage this shit right here after they go in it to go down to deep waters? How did they handle it? Take a look.
Our sonar screen here.
Bam. Now this screen right here is what you're seeing outside. You hear what he say? He say he can put anything on it. So you see what it is? I'm done. Just expose them, people. Okay, let me calm down. Understand what they're saying right here. The man say this is a screen that they use to see outside. They're not looking to a glass, people. They're seeing it to a screen. They see it on a screen. So basically the apparatus setup got to be a camera on the outside of this Titan right here. And then you see whatever the camera see on a screen. But no, he say he can put anything he want on that screen. Now, let's understand it first. This is what you're supposed to be seeing. How can you put anything on that screen? Okay, the reason why he say that is because nothing real about the whole thing. Again.
And it's very popular. We have our control screen here, our sonar screen here, and we can put any image we want in the back.
We can put any image we want in the back and bam! Look what he show you as the controller of the Titan. I'm not lying, people. You see, when I see this, because when I did the videos on YouTube, I hear people commenting and they was like, "Mag, it's some kind of video game shit." I'm like, I need to take a look into that. People not just gonna just say that without something behind it. So I start looking in deeper into it, and there you go, people. This is what I found. So it's not a lie when they tell you they're actually using a PlayStation controller to control the Titan. You're sitting it with no seat. 5 people in there with 1 toilet and no seat. And then here you go. This is what they're gonna use to control it. I suppose it be old school PlayStation controller that not even work properly. When you buy these controller, remember it's not an original controller that come with a PlayStation. It's an aftermarket make it. So that means the connection is slow and everything. The communication is slow. It suck. It whack. How can you use it to control a damn underwater vessel, people? Unbelievable. Nothing real. And because it's a mockery, that's why they throw this in there for you dumb people who don't understand shit. They throw that in there on your ass. You believe the story? They throw this in there to mock you. You don't believe me or what? They show you how this shit operate to mock the people who believe in it. You can't tell me shit.
Get a completely new approach to the sub-design, and it's all run with this game controller and these touch screens.
How could they run by a game controller, people? How could this shit run by a game controller? You gotta be kidding me. Where is the video game? So they just playing with your dumb ass? PlayStation style.
So
move.
if you want to go forward, you press forward. If you want to go back, you go back.
You gotta
turn
be
left,
kidding
turn
me.
right, go down, go up.
Just
and
like
it's
that.
Bluetooth, so I can hand it to anybody. And it's meant for a 16-year-old.
Yes, it's Bluetooth. You can hand it to anybody. Throw it down on the ground and say, made for a 16-year-old to manhandle. And it's still good. And guess what? Listen.
Around and super durable. We keep a couple of spares on board just in case.
It's super durable, people. And they keep a couple extra ones on board just in case one of them broke or malfunction. Can you believe it, people? This is the end of it. It's done. There go your Titan, people. It never happened. They ain't got no Titan. They ain't got no damn Titanic. The Titanic is a hoax. Anything spring off it is also fake. That's what you need to understand. Don't be thinking nothing real about this now. Take a look at the CEO of the Ocean Gate and you understand what I'm saying. It's a government fakery. Would you believe in this guy to go in his damn vessel? To go down 2.5 miles down? It's bullshit.
This is the second year we've been out to the Titanic.
Yeah.
We went out in 5 8-day missions. We did about 10 dives to the wreck site of the Titanic, and we did an extra dive on an undiscovered reef that we found. Completely privately funded operation, and we're funded by, we call mission specialists who help support the mission. So they take quite a bit of money to come and join us. Years ago,
all bullshit, people. 100% fake shit the government bring to you, yes, to put back the Titanic on the map. You might thinking that, oh, they say 5 people dead, it couldn't be. No, it's about the Titanic, people. That's a devil shit they give you from day one. Why you think you're gonna let you forget about it? No. They're probably gonna make a new, fresh movie about it. As a matter of fact, they are gonna make the movie about the Titan crash trying to visit this Titanic. More movie for the dumb people.
The Russians took tourists out to the Titanic, and it was just sort of a look and see thing. We really are focusing on the science around it. We want to document what the wreck is like now.
Look at his hand sign, people. He's behind this faker right here that they give the masses. He played the CEO. And I could have swear they say one of them is in there that responsible for that damn Titan. I don't know, people, but all of them fakers, yes, and they basically fake the death of these people.
Trying to predict what it'll be like in the future. It's continuing to decay, and it seems to be accelerating. It's being eaten by a bacteria, so it's literally being eaten by the ocean. It's not rusting away. So these things...
It's not rusting away, just be eaten by some bacteria in the water. Listen.
That are called rusticles are actually the byproduct of a bacteria that eats the iron. And as it does that, these decks are collapsing. The promenade deck continues to collapse forward. We saw
Why it didn't collapse under pressure, people? Why not? Why the pressure don't collapse it? You gotta wait for some bacteria to eat it up. It's trash, and like I said, this put a nail in the coffin. Move.
When it comes
Humans are exploring the depths of the ocean. Safety isn't a game. So what is a cheap third-party PS3 controller doing inside of that missing submersible everyone's talking about?
And it's meant for a 16-year-old to throw it around.
A submersible containing 5 passengers went missing on Sunday after diving down towards the famed wreckage of the Titanic. The dive was overseen by OceanGate Expeditions and accommodates 1 pilot and 4 paying civilians serving as mission specialists. This latest dive is part of an ongoing
Look at the submarine, people. Look at the supposed thing that they went in. Look at it. Take a look.
Mission specialists.
Take a look at this shit right here, people. What is that? That's not no submarine. Why would some rich people think that this is safe right here, people? Why? It's just a hoax. Why would they want to go down that deep in the water in this shit right here? Experiment. It's trash.
This dive is part of an ongoing survey of the Titanic, with the goal being to, quote, fully document and model.
Look at all this glass on it, people. Look.
Fully document and model the wreck site before it completely decays. According to OceanGate's official website, the missing submersible, which is named Titan, also contains a gaming controller that has become an unexpected source of controversy.
We're taking a completely new approach to the sub-design, and it's all run with this game controller.
The United States Coast Guard reported on Twitter that the submersible lost contact with the surface less than 2 hours into its dive on Sunday.
So before it's supposed to get to that depth, they lose contact with it. They never start the search then. They just report it missing. Is that real? Before they even get to the bottom of the ocean, people, they lose contact with it. They never start a search. They just report it missing and start talking about how many hours of oxygen they have left. Remember, they're supposed to be finding the wreckage next to the Titanic, the same place they drop it. They call it an implosion, meaning that it didn't explode. It didn't explode. It crushed, basically. It exploded in. All bullshit for the masses.
Clock is ticking as the craft only has an air supply of approximately 4 days. Presuming Titan is still intact, search and rescue teams have until Thursday afternoon to find and retrieve its occupants. Since news broke regarding the
Look what they're using, people, and you tell me what is this right there, people? What it look like to you? How did they keep this vessel straight up? They have no seat in it, only a toilet. How did they stop themselves from rolling over and flipping over the whole time in this submerge? You believe it, people? Move.
Understand what it's like to be inside the Titan. We would like to talk to someone who has been there. Aaron Newman was a passenger on the submersible in 2021. He is also an investor in OceanGate. Aaron,
listen, people, this guy was actually in there before. He made this supposed trip down there, and he also invested in the supposed OceanGate to take people to the Titanic. Let's watch.
Take us inside. What is it like to physically be inside there?
Well, so I went down in
2021. He been there. Look, the number 6 post up or the number 9 upside down. You see that? All devil shit on TV. Remember I tell you, they have to show those coding up to the people watching, basically, that's a part of this shit right here so they can understand the hoax continue.
In August, and actually made the dive down and saw the stern and made it back. Now, I like to say it's comfortable, but not luxurious, right? There's room.
Comfortable, but not luxurious. Listen.
To move around.
Look, why you have a glass right there.
You're not walking around or anything, but it's as it's been.
This is what they show you, that this is how they come up with the footage. They put a camera right there next to this glass, but that glass would have to be real thick, people. I mean, thick that you can't see shit to it to a camera. You understand me? It have to be thick because the pressure gonna bust it when they get under the bottom of the water. So with a thick perplex type of glass right there, the camera can't see shit to it. What they show you for the Titanic. This camera can't take that photos and those videos. So hoax on.
Talked about, when you're at the bottom, it can get pretty chilly down there, and
right.
It's
a lie.
It's meant to
take a look at them, people. They're supposed to be in there now in the submerge Right there where they're showing you photos. Take a look. You believe it?
A vehicle that's designed to be as safe as possible.
Really?
So it doesn't have seats or anything like that. It has a ledge at the end.
It don't have seats, like I tell you. The only seat in there is the toilet that he show you. How can you go into a vessel, go to the middle of the water, in the bottom of the ocean? You're gonna take you. It takes some hours to get there and you don't have no seat. Take you 3 hours to get back. What a dumb shit.
And room to move around, and it's designed to take people down in the most efficient way possible.
Look at this.
And on the trip that you took, what's the prep like? I mean, and obviously any vessel that you take of any kind, really, one has to prepare for things to go wrong. What were the preparations like, and was anything like this discussed?
Well, so certainly you have multiple days as you're making the journey there, right? So you're with a whole team of people where you have multiple days to cover protocols, talk about the design of the ship, talk about the history of the Titanic. So you're going through really an incredible learning process for multiple days before you would even get in the sub. So they would cover the types of things like the drop weight systems. One of the most important pieces of the craft is the ability to drop those weights, which would allow you to gain back the kind of a positive buoyancy and float to the top. So that system is designed.
So this is how they're gonna do it, people. Basically use weight to take you that deep in the water and then release the weights so you float back up to the surface. You believe it, people? It's nothing but a hoax they got for the masses. Like I say, nothing truthful about this fake shit. And take a look at these people that supposed to be in the boat that went missing. All of them is characters, fakery. And the masses, some of them don't even exist. Don't doubt me. Bam.
Speaking of James Cameron, another person...
Yeah, listen, people, as you could see this fagabat right here that made the Titanic movie, James Cameron. And of course, he also visited the site of the Titanic. You believe it? Remember, at the end of the movie, supposedly, they tell you that they actually show the Titanic boat. Real footage. As you could see right there, it's nothing but a hoax. And of course, the James Cameron have a lot to do with this fucking fakery. He's the one who give you the movie supposedly for you to believe, for you to convince that Titanic is real. Pay attention.
Closely familiar with the Titanic is the director, James Cameron himself, along with his Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah, of course he go have Oscar-winning and everything tied to it because it is fakery. That's one of them masterpieces.
Cameron, I understand you've made a number of dives to the wreckage site too. Just give us your sense
on the same thing that they're telling you scientists and them doing. Yes, James Cameron, the movie director, yes, he actually go there as well. He made these dives in order to make the movie. You dumb? You better wake your ass up. The movie is a fucking fake shit based off fake shit. What you think? You believe the Titanic is there for real? James Cameron is a movie producer. He can go there? Get out of here.
You're feeling right now, looking at these images of the shipwreck that you studied so closely, and now hearing that another tragedy has been tied to the same area.
Watching people, black and white Freemasonry.
Well, I've been down there many times. I know the wreck site very well, as does my friend Bob Allard. I've made 33 dives.
Bam. They make 33 dives there already. Right there on the damn money. You believe it? It's fake shit. Like I said, don't trust no movie people making you movies off real shit. I don't watch movies that based off real story. That mean it's fucking fakery and brainwash for you. You understand? Don't watch nothing that based off true story. You want to know if you were slave, so you watch those movies that they make of slave. You want to know about the Holocaust, so you watch a Holocaust movie. All of them shits is fakery. 100%.
Calculated that I've spent more time on the ship than the captain did back in the day. And of course, as a submersible designer myself, I designed and built a sub.
The other people he didn't design and make subs. It's supposed to be James Cameron that make the movie, people. Can you believe it? What a dumb shit for the masses. He made the supposedly Titanic movie. Now he's a professional and supposed to be submerging submarines. It is garbage. Like I say, they got busted right here on the bit of truth. I ain't gonna go no more in it. You already see what's going on. It's just a show for the masses. So don't be thinking that those 5 people actually missing a Titan went to go see a fake shit. They call it Titanic. Yeah, another Mag Bam Sunday, man. Appreciate everybody for taking it in. I'm on the run.